My sister pushed my wheelchair down the porch steps at our family barbecue and told everyone I was just doing it for attention. I want you to understand something before I tell you what happened next. I was not always in this chair. 3 years ago, I was the one setting up the tables at these barbecues, the one carrying coolers up from the garage, the one my sister Vanessa used to call the strong one, with a laugh that never quite sounded like a compliment. Then a driver ran a red light and hit my car doing 50. And I woke up in a hospital bed being told I would never walk without assistance again, if I walked at all. Vanessa visited me twice during the 4 months I spent in rehab. Twice. She sent a fruit basket the first week and then went quiet. And when I finally asked her about it over the phone, she said watching me in that hospital bed made her feel like the world was unfair to good people, and she needed space to process that. I remember staring at the ceiling after that call, wondering how my accident had become something that happened to her. The barbecues never stopped, though. Every summer, same backyard, same string lights, same folding chairs dragged out of the garage. I kept going because my parents begged me to, because they said family shows up, because I still believed that meant something. What I noticed, slowly, over 3 summers, was that nobody ever built a ramp. My brother-in-law offered twice to bring over a piece of plywood, and my father waved him off, said it wasn't necessary, said I managed fine. I did not manage fine. I got carried up 2 steps by whichever man was nearby and strong enough. My chair dragged up behind me like luggage, every single time in front of everyone, while Vanessa sipped her wine and told guests how resilient I was, how inspiring, how she didn't know how she'd survive something like that. This year, she got engaged. The barbecue became an engagement party overnight. Tablecloths, a cake, 40 guests instead of the usual 15. I watched my mother spend 3 days cooking for it. I watched Vanessa float through the yard collecting compliments on her ring, her dress, her glow, and I watched her face change, just slightly, when her fiancé's mother asked me, kindly, sincerely, how I'd been holding up since the accident, and the whole table went quiet to listen to my answer. Vanessa didn't like that. I felt it before I understood it, the tightening at her jaw, the way her smile went thin. An hour later, she offered to help me back up to the porch so I could get out of the sun. I said thank you. I trusted her. God help me. I trusted my own sister. And she wheeled me toward the steps at a normal pace, chatting about the seating chart for the wedding. And then at the top of the rampless steps, she just let go. I don't remember the fall the way you'd think. I remember the jolt of the front wheels dropping off the edge, the sick lurch of my stomach, the impact, the scream that left my throat before I even understood I was on the ground. I remember 40 faces turning at once. I remember my mother's cake knife clattering onto a plate somewhere behind me. And I remember Vanessa standing at the top of the steps with her hand still slightly extended, like she hadn't quite decided whether to reach for me, looking down and saying, loud enough for everyone, that I always do this, that I always find a way to make her happy moments about me. Nobody moved for 3 full seconds. Then everyone moved at once, and in the chaos of people lifting me, checking my head, asking if anything was broken, I heard my father actually say the words, accidents happen. Sweetheart, don't make a scene, directed not at Vanessa, but at me. I was still on the ground, pain radiating up my spine in a way that made my vision blur white at the edges. When Vanessa's fiancé's mother, the same woman who had asked about my recovery 20 minutes earlier, knelt down next to me with her phone already out, already recording, and said something that made the entire yard go dead silent, that she had been filming the toast for the wedding album when it happened. And every single second of what Vanessa just did was already saved to the cloud. Click here to watch part 2 and find out what happened when that footage hit the family group chat.